Well, I'm Diane, and I'm 57 years old. I'm going to be 58 next month, and you know, I've really changed my life through a diet plan.
Okay, why, or what was your life prior to the life you're living now? Can you?
Well, 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with arthritis. If I could describe how I was feeling at that time, I was working full time as a teacher. I'd have to come home after work and actually go straight to bed. I'd had aching joints in my elbows, my kneecaps would ache, and I had this terrible stomach ache as well at night time. I'd come home, have my meal, virtually go straight to bed, and then during the night I'd be stomach ache. I mean, it would just be terrible, really, really bad pains. Right. And you know, I had irritable bowel syndrome, so it was, you know, awful.
And did you take any medication?
Well, I didn't take any medication from the doctor, but I did go to the doctor, and I had quite a few tests. My first test was I basically had a telescope stuck up my bottom. Right. I don't know what the technical term is, just to check for bowel cancer, and that was okay. So, and then they decided that because they looked at my stomach, because I was complaining of this stomach ache all the time in the evenings, and you know, I just didn't know what this stomach ache was. They said, well, you've definitely got irritable bowel, because I described the condition, and they said, oh, we can describe this for it, you know, take this. And I was against taking any medication, because I thought, well, you know, sure, I should be able to deal with this by, you know, by some other means. So I actually had a camera put into my tummy, and it blown up with oxygen, and they looked around and to make sure there wasn't anything there, you know, like my ovaries were okay and everything like that, to see if it was anything terminal. They didn't find anything. They said, oh, you have some lesions, so that's signs of infection. That's left lesions in my stomach lining, not actually in the stomach, but sort of around that area, around my stomach. And there was still no explanatory. You know, the doctors didn't give me anything apart from saying, you know, you could take this this medication for irritable bowel, and you know, just cope with it. I continued to see an arthritis doctor, and he gave me blood tests, and he said you have evidence of wear and tear arthritis, and also in your blood you've got whatever it is that they say that you have arthritis. Right. And they looked me all over, and they said, well, we haven't got any very bad visible signs now, but you know, feel free to come back. Okay. And gave me painkillers. Nothing else, just stronger painkillers, and said, well, you know, just rest and take painkillers. No information about exercise, diet, anything. So it was my daughter, Robin, and Robin's a vegan now. She was doing research on the internet, and she came across the idea of gluten intolerance, and I thought, well, I'd give anything a go. I'd really try anything. So I stopped all wheat, all bread, everything like that from my diet. No pastry, no biscuits, nothing. And so I said, I'll give it a go. And I can honestly say, within about, I would say, for the joint pain to go, it took about 6 weeks. But it was about, you know, I noticed the difference in my stomach about a week. Wow. A week into
just without the gluten.
Without gluten. I wasn't a vegan then, but I did actually, I was a virtually vegetarian. And I also thought I was having a healthy diet. Right. I really did think I was having a healthy diet. I thought what I was eating was going to be fine for me. I thought this is healthy. I thought, you know, I should be healthy. But anyway, I gave up the gluten. I couldn't stand the substitutes for gluten, so I just actually didn't have any of that, really. I tried some of the bread, but it was just unbelievable, like the cotton wool, you know, like horrible. So I just subsidised that by having rice and gluten-free oats and that type of thing to my diet, and that worked. You know, I did get better. And can I explain? Yeah, sure. Before that, I was joined the gym. And I found it really difficult to do 8 lengths in a swimming pool before I knew I was gluten intolerant. After that, I recognised my gluten intolerance, changed my diet, I started being able to do more lengths of swimming pool, and then I graduated really, really quickly into to do spin classes.
Right.
And like 1 hour solid spin classes, and I was doing those 3 times a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it really, it really changed my life completely.
Wow.
I started building muscle up and becoming much, much fitter.
And today you're a vegan, you say?
Yeah, today, now, I was still having some trouble. Let me describe it. I was still fatigued.
Right.
So I had quite a busy life, but I was, stress and fatigue. And my daughter, over a year ago, it's a year and a month now, she's discovered the 80-10-10 diet.
Right.
I said, well, I really, for ethical points of view, she showed me a video which was all about, because I was a vegetarian for many, many years. And I always thought veganism was always a bit extreme, extreme, but she sent me Earthlings.
Right.
And I watched Earthlings, and I just thought, well, I cannot eat meat ever again. Ever, all dairy. And I decided sort of virtually overnight. She became a vegan about a week before I did. I followed suit. And then we went to Mallorca on holiday, and then we were fully raw, eating the 80-10-10 diet.
Wow.
I thought, I can never ever go back.
Wow. Ever.
And so I'm a year 1 month in now, and I was running today. I feel fitter than ever, and I can't believe it. And thank God for Douglas Graham, really.
Right.
He's brilliant.
So what do you eat today, like in a normal day?
Normal day. Well, I usually start my day, and I usually have bananas. And I like to juice them. I like to hydrate first of all, so I have about 1 litre of water to start my day. Drink. And, you force yourself to drink it. Hot water with it, just warm it up. Have it for a straw. Have it in a big container. So
Right.
I drink 1 litre of water to start off. And then I make a banana smoothie about a couple of hours after that. But usually have breakfast about 10 o'clock. Banana smoothie. And there's 5-10 bananas, loads of water, hydrate it. And then I walk around with a jug, drinking that, and I'll take it out with me in little jugs. And then bananas mainly. Then I take a few bananas or some fruit out with me during the day. In the evening, now this accordingly to, because I would say we describe ourselves as high carb vegan. Now, sometimes we do eat cooked, but I'm not, not ashamed of that. I think basically we have rice occasionally, and we have potatoes, but we also have salad with it. So our main thing is the salad, and then we just have a little bit of stodge with it. But you've got to think about the expense as well, because living in England, it's very expensive to buy fruit, and some things are available. Everything's available, but the cost of it is not always available to the basic budget. So you've got to be really careful. Okay. But I would never go back.
And why not? What's the biggest benefit you've had?
Health.
From health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely.
And if you could give a good advice with somebody who has arthritis or
I would say
problems.
Obviously check out with your doctor, get an idea of what you've got, and then seriously look into your diet. Don't go against medical advice. And I'm not saying that anything can cure anything, because no one knows, but if you definitely feel better by changing your diet, well, don't look back.
Give it a try. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. If you would like to know more about the way I live and eat, you can find more information on my website. Here you can also watch videos with people who cured themselves the same way as I did, and the address is www.FruityLou.com.